So in this video, we're going from these old crusty 4-lug wheels to these new 5-lug wheels.
Here's the delivery truck. There's something special in there. Your stepmom. Some of the cheapest I could find. They're a 6-spoke wheel with 5-lug on top of being 17-inch, and the front's being 8 inches wide and the rear's being 9 inches wide. What we got working with here is the 5-lug conversion kit from LMR, and essentially they got the rear drums, front disc with the 5 lugs, and then of course the rear axles, which I do have to punch these in myself, but that's okay. They also included some of the seals and then all the bearings that I need, but anyways, it's time to get this thing to 5-lug finally. Back on here real quick. Show you all this, which is a good thing while we're doing this upgrade. Y'all probably can't see the movement, but I'm sure you can definitely hear that, which it should definitely not be making that sound. Oh, a little bit of wear, but that inner bearing, there's a little bearing right inside there. That is pretty much welded itself in there. Like, I can't get that bearing out. But, oh well, because I'm not going to be using that bearing anyways. But we do need to get this cleaned up, and then there's like a couple of little parts from the assembly that I need to get cleaned up. Alright, now if y'all give me 1 minute, I'm gonna go do this to this side, then I'm about to replace these gloves so I don't get the new ones dirty, so I'll be back here in a sec. Alright, so this side is now completely torn down, old one here, some of the parts there, still gotta wipe those down, but so what we got here for the new stuff, 5 lugs, drilled and slotted rotors with the outer bearing and the inner bearing, or no wait, outer bearing, inner bearing. This one goes inside, I swear. I swear I know what I'm doing. And then our seal, of course, which will go on the back. So something interesting about these holder bearings is the fact that they're fairly large, which means you gotta put grease. And I don't have a bearing pecker, so we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. Yeah. I swear, if I get comments talking about certain things, I'm gonna have to boot some of you. Whoever, anybody says it, you're getting booted, no matter what. Okay, so all of them, both sides are on. For some reason, this driver's side one kept fighting me. I had to do a specific way where I had to like put the bearing and seal on first and then the rest of it. But it's all on. Gotta finish cleaning this up, get everything put back together, then we gotta work on the wheels. So these calipers, I try to look up what to expect to take them to, and there is like nothing out there. So I'm gonna start at like 75, see how that feels. If it seems too loose or too tight, we'll change that around. Just for the fun of it, I took one of these wheels, which was the old set that was on the 300. It's a 20-inch wheel, but I'll be honest, it's kind of funny looking on here, partly because it's not all the way on there for specific reasons, but it's just way too big of a wheel for this type of car. This car's fairly small. These wheels are 17-inch. That's a 20-inch wheel. I can't even get it on the hub there anyways, but yeah, I'm gonna show you something that we're gonna have to do with these wheels, to at least for the fronts, to get these to work on here. So, the thing is, with these wheels, the hub in here, there's more than enough room for this. Like, I'm probably gonna have to put a spacer sometime in there. Oh, why can't I breathe all of a sudden? What the heck? That's not the issue. The issue is this lip right here, which is where the center cap would rest. And this is a very deep thing here, the little nub, because it's a spindle design. So my plan is I'm gonna grind this lip down, and hopefully I can slip this wheel on properly, and hopefully we don't have any issues anywhere else. So that's not what ended up happening. Instead, here in a little bit, I'm going to show you what ended up actually happening. Okay, so I do have a slight problem with these old center caps, where there's not enough friction. Now what I could do is, I could buy new ones, or bought these wheel spacers because of the fact that this hub sticking out so far out, and then of course the tire comes very close to the strut. But these fit the wheels, but unfortunately it has the same problem the wheels do. It's hitting that. So I have to send these back and order different ones. This is kind of frustrating. A bit later, and third set of spacers finally work. Now, it's like a perfect fit around the hub, the wheels fit over it, the studs are the proper thread pitch. Now there is one thing, and I got a little excited because these arrived and I was too excited to start recording, but I already chopped a stud. And we have to do that to all of these because they are a little too long, because then they end up hitting the wheel. You can see, I don't know if you can see a little bit, but a little bit of scuffing on there. And on here, there's just a little bit of scuffing on the inside here. So that was quite the discovery. So these lug nuts, okay, the thing is there's a lug nut, and then this here's a cap. I didn't know that was a cap. The more you know. Now some of y'all are probably wondering why I have this specialty lug, and the thing is that when it comes to these lug nuts that I'm using, there's just barely enough to where there's 4, and there's these which fit perfectly. So at least for right now, we're gonna be using them. Alright, moment of truth. I got my screwdriver. Let's do this. Gosh, I'm a little freaked out. This is the first time I've done this. Cap is off. So what we have here, what looks to be, is we gotta get the tiny little center spring in there. We gotta get out along with the center pin. Then get the axles out. I almost forgot to mention the fact that we are gonna be pulling that diff out. So there's a certain modification that we're gonna have to do that some people like, some people don't. Let's go. That's the axle out. Yes. Okay, so here we have the diff pulled out, and some of y'all are probably wondering why I pulled it out. Well, we got a welder there. I think the gloves are somewhere around here. We got a diff. I think some of y'all know where this is going. The casing here, the diff itself, does show it is from Ford, but the bearings, I don't know if it'll show on camera, but it shows Japan right up there. So now that's pretty much cleaned. We gotta put the bearing races back on and then put some tin foil over all these areas we do not want the weld to splatter onto.
So right here, I severely overestimated what I could actually do. Mainly because of the fact that the first time I went MIG welding, that went really well. I was not expecting stick welding to be a very different aspect. So instead, I went and kindly asked my dad to do it. So yeah, at least he got to partake in this whole upgrade process and stuff.
So, diff for the most part is pretty much cleaned up. Got all the little pieces cleaned up and all that, and then for the most part wiped down. Now I'm gonna get some oil, put on these bearings, and then I'm gonna put it into the Foxbody. Do a little bit of Kevin toe up magic. Boom. Now the diff is in the car. I do still need to tighten them down properly and all that, and then we need to clean up that edge. Get that cover on, get the axles in, and yeah. So here we are, we got our axles, which did not come with the freaking studs pre-installed. So here we are, installing them. Essentially what we're gonna do, we'll put this bad boy up here. Stud, stick down there. Take our little mini Thor, just pound the heck out of that. All lugs are installed. Do this to the other side real quick. Be right back. It's causing so much vibration that it loosens the claw. Oh my gosh, did you just go in?
Yeah, I was getting a little frustrated. That seal just wouldn't get in there.
Real quick, go do this to the other side. I'll be right back. Okay, so it's finally put back together. Now I just gotta do the final cleanup. I've did a little bit of cleaning up on here and a little bit on the cover, and got a little bit more. Then we gotta put this all together. Then it's on to the next of the stuff. I'm sorry, what? These things make it so much easier to see. Oh, you go on. It's not staying. Hold on. I gotta put the game down. After totally not struggling to get them C-clips in, finally are in. Now I need to get that pin put in, and then we can get to the even more exciting parts. Oh my. That's it. No. This thing drain plug. Ooh, fudge.
I don't have any sort of thread sealer, but I do have RTV. It's pretty much the same thing, right? Oh, this RB is not. Oh gosh, this is not. Remind me not to ever do this again on the floor. Also, I wonder if any of you guys in the comments can tell you what exactly the point of this whole bar here is. I'm pretty positive mine's pretty loose, but I don't see what the point of it is besides it just being something to bash into before it hits the case. I don't know. Hopefully one of y'all guys can in the comments can tell me.
I wish I could say that it didn't cause much of a mess, but that pile says otherwise. Okay, here we are back up here again, and time to get all this assembled. Now this side specifically had a bunch of grease and all that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and clean as much of this up as I can, and then we're going to get that drum on, and then try fitting the wheel on. Something that is surprising is the fact that it's loose. I was expecting it to be tighter. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to push the pads out a little bit, because that right there should be a much snugger fit. Something I did was replace that bell stem with something a little more flashy, something a little cooler looking. Okay, so it's pretty much on there now. I would say the spacing's a little bit far in,
But the nice part is that there's like a little like extra strut that sits back here, and it doesn't touch it. I am gonna flip it though because it's really close to it. But otherwise, this has turned out really well.
So right here, I was not paying attention and stuff, and essentially that nut I was trying to take off was actually welded. I didn't realize that until I went to actually try and loosen the bolts on the other side, which went much better.
Holy moly. Ow, that actually kind of hurt. So nuts.
Not sponsored by any kind of company, but if you're working on cars, I highly recommend you get these things. They're really long wrenches and they ratchet. It's so nice. Ooh, they're not in good shape.
It's very close. I can't stick my fingers in, but everything seems to be big for the most part. There's probably a little bit of a shield back there that I do need to get still, but yeah. The upgrade is finally done. Now there is like one little issue that I found out is that the battery on this thing completely died. So right now I'm just kind of going off with the 400 battery until I can get a battery for this. The 400 battery is not going to work because it's too big for this thing, unfortunately. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video.